Good morning, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Frustrated to Freedom. I'm Bill Morrow, your guide on the journey. And we are now on episode 81, This Happiness Plaine. So we're in a situation now where we're well on the way. We know what it's all about. No matter how many books we read, unless we start believing in what's going on, unless we believe in the process, we're never going to get anywhere. And we keep telling and we keep saying, and in every book we come across, it's saying the same thing. Different ways of saying it. But everything says, think about what you want to do, decide what you want to do about it, and then take action to achieve it. Visualize it, think about it in your mind, you think of what you want, you visualize what you want, you can then make scrapbooks out of it, you can have pictures of the cars, the places, the people and everything you want to meet, and all of this by looking, by talking about it, by saying how you have received it, all puts this into your subconscious mind, so that all of these things during your journey forward enables you to get information from your subconscious mind. Now, that is the whole process. Every single book is talking about it. And here's another fella, Talk and Grow Rich by Ron Holland. Now, he's talking a lot about it from the psychological point of view, and he's talking about religious quotes, all of these things. Faith will move mountains, everything. Again, thought, action, belief, everything going into subconscious. And he talks about a little trick that they played on someone in an office, in his office. And there was one chap, John, and he was perfectly all right. And everyone, they decided to play a little trick on John. And they said, John, individually they went round during the day and told him he didn't look very well. John was perfectly all right, but they decided to do this. John, you don't feel very well. I say, fine, there's nothing wrong with me. And then a few more did exactly the same thing. You don't look very well. And said, well, I'm not feeling very well, that's true. And 3 or 4 times this continued during the day. And in the end, John was violently sick. How did that come about? The psychological effect. Everyone telling him, in the end, he believed in what he was being told. But he started off, he was perfectly all right. But then they decided to do this on him. It wasn't very pleasant of them, nice of them. But then again, they did discover something. Psychologically, things can change. If you're made to believe it, and the same action is, if you believe in what you are hearing and what you want to do, you will be the master of that. You will gain. If you're waiting now, we're on number 81. If you're waiting for number 101 and the magic button will appear, remember the other day I told you the magic is you. That's where the magic comes in. You join all the bits together, you put it all together and you take action. Doing it. Thinking of it is only part of it. Acting on it is the important thing. That's what you got to do. You logically think about it, you picture it, you decide that's the way I'm going to go. You can never be 100% sure, but then thought, thinking, faith can move mountains, and that's exactly what it can do. So all of these things we're talking about in all of these books are all leading to the same thing. They're all saying the same thing. They say, get into gear, go, start to get started. All of these things. They talk about the Buddhas and these people who concentrate so much that they can, some of them can, I don't know really what they're trying to do, but the concentration they've got, they can possibly alleviate themselves and levitate and do all those sorts of things. But to actually sit there and concentrate what you've done all the day, and if you've done nothing, well, other than concentrate, well, there's not a great deal of, but then again, it's faith. It's what people believe in. It's a faith. So if you have the faith of you being able to achieve these things, then you are on the way to doing it. All the ideas you have, we keep saying the same thing. The ideas need action. You get the ideas, you formulate your plan, and the action is the thing. That program you wanted to start, that website you wanted to build, that money you wanted to get. Well, how are you going to get it again? Have you decided on the plan? Follow the plan? What is the plan? You have got to produce it. You've got to find the plan. They're everywhere. The plans are everywhere. It all depends on you making the decision and getting things done. That's what it is. The next thing is we start to happiness plaine. The happier you are, the more comfortable you are with the problems around people and everything like that. If you're happy, you project confidence. And by projecting the confidence, that comes back to your subconscious again saying, I know what I'm doing, I'm able to do this, I'm thinking and I know where I'm going. All of these things help. So you have to be confident in what you do. You're on this happiness plaine. That means everything is going smoothly. You're thinking about it. You're taking action. You're believing in what you're doing. And faith moves mountains, yes. Act and action cures all fears. If you're acting on something, there is no fear because you're going forward. And that's exactly what you've got to do. And if you get into action, the action then becomes a habit. And this is what we got to do. We got to think about these things and get into the habit of doing, progressing and going forward. But you must take action. No, you're just not just listening, take an action. Get into the program, whatever it may be. Take care, my friends. Talk to you soon.